So I, told you I was going to do an update a little bit, kind of let you guys know what's going on and everything come May 6th. And, well, that's what I'm going to do here. You see, for the rest of this month, everything should be all right. But then come May 6th, or at least a week of that, things are going to be a little bit more different. First of all, we have a baby gender reveal to go to in Rancho Cordova, or actually on the outskirts of Rancho Cordova in Mather, California, for my oldest nephew and his wife, my niece-in-law. Because what's going to happen is they have this little thing they're going to do where basically the doctor finds out what gender the baby's going to be. And then what they do is, and this is something I didn't even know about. But what they do is the doctor will, find out what the gender of the baby is. Then they'll send that information to a cake decorator. Now I'm certain that my nephew and his wife, my niece-in-law, might have a clue as to what the gender is, but they're not totally sure. Because of the fact that, I'm assuming what they had to do is they had to hand the envelope over to the cake decorator, or the cake decorator that they want basically was given the information by the doctor or something like that. Maybe some of you in the comment section, depending on where you're listening to this, can explain that to me better. But the way it's going to be is they're going to have a cake, and in this cake it's either going to be blue or it's going to be pink. The interior, the cake. It's not the frosting, but basically the cake itself. If the cake is blue, when they cut into it, it's a boy. If they cut into it and it's pink, then it's a girl. If they cut into it and it's both blue and pink, then it's twins. It's going to be a twin. Oh, it's going to be twins, a boy and a girl, or something like that. We'll see. But that's basically what we have planned for the 5th. And then come the 6th, I'm going to get myself ready, because that evening I'm going with my oldest sister and her husband, and we're going to go to Sacramento, and we're going to take a red eye to Kansas City. Now, what's interesting about this is, originally my brother-in-law was not going to be going because he had applied and got hired by Stan RTA, that's Stan RTA, the same bus company I would, ride to go to work. He was hired by them to be one of their drivers. So he would do these little test runs and everything. He would, first of all, do a test, drug screening and all that. And then what would happen is he would, get behind the wheel, and they would, test him driving. He would have a bus driver with him, and then he would have a police officer with him or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, he would have somebody that regularly drives the bus. He'll be driving with them. So he's driving around. So he's doing the test driving, and I know what probably happened, because I've seen this before with the regular bus driver having the trainee basically behind the wheel and helping them out. So anyway, what happened is that after he did that, and Stan RTA, they were impressed by his driving skills. What happened next was basically he was supposed to, he took the, I guess you could say, the final quiz, the final exam, and he missed maybe one or two questions. But you would assume once only one or two questions, he should be good to go. No, you need to get all of them correct. But because he missed one or two, he couldn't, be able to be hired on fully, and, they just let him go. They just laid him off, if you will. And they told him, come back in 6 months, you should be good to go. And, I can understand the disappointment, when he told that to my sister-in-law, his wife, not my sister-in-law, my sister, my sister, my older sister, his wife, and my mom. I can understand maybe the disappointment, but my mom used to drive the dial-a-ride. She used to drive the dial-a-ride in Tracy, and she kind of was thinking to herself, that doesn't sound right. Why would they not let him, drive if they were impressed by his driving? Why wouldn't they hire him on fully, just because, he missed one or two questions? That doesn't make sense. So she finds it kind of odd that happened, and she's wondering whether or not he's telling her the full truth, or he's, telling her half a truth or whatever. We're not really sure. But because of that, he's going to be going with us to Kansas City. And, the length of when we're going to stay there is basically we take off on the 6th on a red eye at 9:47 p.m. Pacific and arrive in Kansas City at 5:10 Central Time. So that would be 3:10 here in California. So we'll arrive there. I'm assuming we'll go into a hotel for a little bit and rest up, kind of take a nap or something like that. And then afterwards, I'll freshen up and everything. And then afterwards, get something to eat and to go see my dad. So that's pretty much what it's going to be like. And we're going to be there from the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and then we leave the 10th. Now, I'm not sure exactly what time we're leaving. I'm assuming it's going to be 7 a.m. because I looked it up. So I'm looking at 7 a.m. Central, which would be 5 a.m. Pacific. And there's one or two landing dates for us. Oh, not dates, but times for us. One or three landing times for us. And that would be either at, a little after 12 in the afternoon Pacific, a little after 2 in the afternoon Pacific, or a little after 7 in the evening. So it's going to be one of those times, one of those 3 times. But when we do land, we'll still have plenty of daylight, just about. Anyway, that's what's going on. And the plan basically for me is, if I have enough money by then, I might even start doing this tomorrow. I might get a phone, if you will, a new phone. I mean, nothing against my phone I have currently, but it's kind of cracked. The screen's cracked, and the Otter box protection on it is broken. So I might just end up getting a new one down the line. I just might end up getting a new one down the line. Because I've been thinking about it too, and I'm going like, look, I need to, probably just switch things out, get one with a little bit bigger space than what this one has, and go from there. But anyway, that's what's happening. That's what's going to be happening that week. For the rest of this month, this week, and next week, not too much happening unless, something, work-wise comes to be. But between these 2 weeks, this week and next week, not really much going on until we get to the baby gender reveal. Because on the 5th, because this week's going to be busy for us, on the 5th, me and my family are going to be going to a baby gender reveal on the outskirts of Rancho Cordova, California, mainly in Mather, California. And basically what's going to happen, trying to find the right words to say here, what's going to happen is we're going to have a cake, and my oldest nephew and his wife, my niece-in-law, will cut that cake, and whatever the cake is color-wise on the inside, that's the gender of the baby. And the way they did this is basically they went to the doctor, did a couple of, ultrasounds and everything. And in the latest visit, the doctor pretty much found out what the gender was going to be, and basically handed them an envelope to give to the cake decorator. Now, I'm certain that my nephew and his wife have an idea what the gender is, but they're not going to say. Or the way they do it is the doctor gets the information of the cake decorator they want to use, and the doctor then tells the cake decorator, yeah, this is what the gender of the baby is going to be. This is the color of the inside of the cake you need it to be. So, that's what's going to happen, and it's going to be an early one. I will say that, and that's basically going to be the start of a very, very busy week, very busy week. But yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's happening on the first week. Again, I said I would do an update for you guys that what's occurring, and taking place. And, I'll let you know if anything else comes up. Again, the way the flight's going to be is it's going to be, us taking off out of Sacramento, going into Las Vegas and into Kansas City, and then being there in the Midwest from about, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, and then leaving on the 10th. So we basically get about 2.5 full days with my dad, if you will, to see what's going on. He also has to go to Topeka that Wednesday, the second day we're there, because he has to find out whether or not he has to get surgery to realign his hip again, or they can just pop it into place. We'll find out, see what happens there. But anyway, again, guys, just wanted to give you a bit of not gender reveal. I'm thinking about the gender reveal. It's on my mind. I do apologize, but I just wanted to come on here, give you guys a bit of an update as to what's happening. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like. Live chat during the premiere if you're watching on YouTube. And until then, I am out.